I wanted to explain a bit more about what we do here at DMS and what happens when you bring your car to us. We have a great reputation for increasing the performance of cars, but it's how we go about it that makes us different. We're engineering more excitement into your car. It might be something big and obvious or something more subtle and personal. A customer comes in, we sit down, and we try and get an exact idea of what needs to be done.
What do you want us to do today?
Well, more power.
Good. Well, let's look at that. Say, my recommendation would be, let's get it through the mid-range.
Yeah.
Make it nice and usable.
When you buy a car, you can specify different paint, interior trim, but you can't really spec the engineering.
The other thing I'd like is the sound. It's a little bit on the flat side when I put my foot down.
OK, sound. OK, yeah, that's definitely something we can work on. We do some modifications on the fueling map, make sure it's got a nice, deep, resonant sound through the gears. Then, when you get to overrun, it's going to have some nice sort of crackles and nicer effects there as well.
Before we start, we get the car in, see what power it's producing, and understand what we're working with. Then we take that data and give ourselves some goals. The whole team will be involved in that. That's how we work here. The R8 will see a power increase to over 640 bhp. But our skill in programming can help us fine-tune other elements of a car that discerning drivers want to see. So, what I suggested is if we changed in the software so that normal mode, everything is normal. Sport and race mode, the exhaust flaps will fully open from idle speed, so he gets to enjoy the sound without having to drive the car flat out.
Makes sense.
He's also asked to keep the throttle progressive in the first two modes, but in race mode, he wants a more aggressive initial throttle response. We also work on hardware. This time we're dynamic balancing a hybrid turbo that we had built and installed onto the car within 48 hours.
That's machined out of a solid pellet, whereas that's cast.
It's lighter as well,
Yeah.
like a lot lighter.
Yeah, it can be lighter, stronger, better airflow, something that's a bit more stable at big high boost levels that we're going to run on at.
On all the new BMWs now, they have a sport dial function within the iDrive. This shows your actual horsepower and your torque readings, but that is obviously for the standard car. With the software, we can go in there, we can adjust the maximum level from, for example, 360 horsepower to 480 horsepower. So this means that when you activate the sport dials on your iDrive system in your car and you put your foot down, you're going to see all the power that you've got at that time.
Development programming happens at the workshop, but also at the test track. You want your car to perform better at the limits, so we make sure that it does. Here are McLaren 720S and F90 M5 development cars are going through final testing and data logging of our upgrades on circuit. All the work is detailed and put into a docket, so it becomes a big part of the car's history. We don't mind if you're in a 10-year-old hot hatch or a brand new supercar. If you want to add a bit more excitement to it and you want it done properly, you know where we are.